First off, welcome everyone to the Boys of the podcast. Second, Paul, my man, I am sorry, but OKC in 5, baby. Let's fucking go, boy.
You're a fucking moron.
Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back, everybody. OKC in 5. See, even I got the Indiana Pacer came
Right.
out.
Yeah, that was beautiful.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna get.
If he were to respond to that, that would be.
That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping
I'm
he's
hoping that you just clip that part, just that part, and me saying you're a fucking moron as just the clip.
First off, welcome everyone to the Boys of the podcast. Second, Paul, my man, I am sorry, but OKC in 5, baby. Let's fucking go, boy.
You're a fucking moron.
I know he would never say that. That's the whole fucking point.
But I'm just saying, just clip that part and then just post it. And I just want to see it.
I am never making a fucking bet with either one of you just based off of this.
Lost already.
No, it fucking came back to bite me in the ass so fucking hard. He
said 4-0 sweep.
It was fucking terrible.
That did not age well. It should be. In theory, they should have.
You're up by 20 fucking points with 9 minutes to go, and they lost.
The exact same thing game 2 in game 1, but they just couldn't hold off. Whatever. No. I don't even think they made adjustments in the half.
I told you what happened is that Indiana found out that the officials are just going to let them be physical as fuck. Indiana defensively is a more scrappy team when it comes down to it.
Wait, did me and Charles not say last week that
they're not a better defensive team?
I never said better. Scrappy. I'm just saying, but we said they were a bunch of dogs, and don't sleep on Indiana.
They are, but they were tired fucking dogs last game.
They've had 3 days of rest. They got to go back to they got to go to the field house now.
I don't know.
I'm not saying that Indiana's going to win another game. This could maybe be just how it was for Allen Iverson.
It doesn't matter at this point. I got fucked. I got fucked out of the first game.
You lost the bet. If there was a bet, you would have lost.
If we had made a bet,
game 1.
You remember how you said Vegas would take my money happily?
They would have happily taken your money and laughed at you.
That's exactly what would fucking happen.
And what was the score that he said? I think he said like 73-49 at halftime.
They were up by 15 at halftime, so I was hoping that it was going to end that way.
They were up by 25 at one point, and then they lost.
I just want to blame it on Chet's fucking outfit, dude. That thing was fucking atrocious.
Were his pants not his size?
I don't know. His pants are falling off his hips like a fucking teenager trying to fucking set a trend.
Can somebody answer me this? I'm not saying that we're the most stylish human beings on the planet. However,
yeah, I do pretty good.
I know how to put clothes on. I know how to put clothes on. However, you're 7'2", 7'3", however tall you are, and your pants are at halfway down your ass with a belt on, and they're still not below your ankles. Yeah. Where did you get your pants from?
Probably been on both.
We want to pull this image up just so that we can give people.
I just don't understand the logic behind the dress
and probation for insubordination.
I'm like,
what was I doing? No, I agree with you.
It's just weird. It's a little weird. Yeah. I'm looking forward to tonight, though. I want to see what the atmosphere is going to be in Indiana.
Apparently, this dude wears stupid outfits all the time.
I'm like 90% of the league wear stupid outfits.
I know you can't really knock his outfit. I just say that it was the reason why they lost. Apparently that didn't go over very well with OKC fans saying that's the reason they lost. I'm like, don't dress like an asshole. Come to the game.
You look slow.
Yeah. Special.
Yes. Sorry.
Slow. Special.
All right. So some NFL news, eh, gang? We got a lot to talk about.
Wild NFL news.
We've got a lot to talk about.
I saw something crazy today
to talk about. So let's rip this Band-Aid right off. Let's rip the Band-Aid right off. Jaire Alexander not returning to Green Bay.
So I did not see that coming.
They weren't going to come to an agreement. He was going to get cut.
Yeah.
I know, but I mean, all y'all's talk though, y'all were saying that y'all would pretty much get to that kind of agreement, and the fact that
I was shocked. No, I agree.
He literally must not have wanted to budge at all. Like,
no, I don't think he was willing to move on anything, and we'll find out in the next couple of days. And he'll end up taking around. So here's the kicker: if he gets more than what Green Bay was going to give him, his camp is going to release something. If he takes less than what Green Bay was offering him, deal? I hate to say it, but Green Bay is going to leak something. It's just like what happened with Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones signed for $1 million less than what we wanted to give him. He or something along those lines. It ended up coming down to he didn't want to like dual carry.
I'm like, what happened with Barkley when he signed with the Eagles? And then I wouldn't say that the Eagles released something, but Hard Knocks released that whole footage with Hard Knocks, and it made everybody realize you let this motherfucker walk for $1 million.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is a $1 million. Never mind.
Yeah, to you and me, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, to me, that's a lot of money. But in the grand scheme of things, like you could have matched that.
Yeah, not when we're talking the NFL here.
Like Giants could have matched that. But I didn't see him getting released. That was the thing. When it came across my phone, I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, no, none of us really did.
I thought it'd be a mutual thing more than it would be him getting released, but
or at least try to get traded or something.
I mean, I thought that he was going to be with the Packers, and I think the Packers thought that too, bro, because we didn't draft nobody. Now there is still opportunity for us to bring people in.
But still, 17 million fucking reasons to bring somebody in. They've got 17 million extra dollars on the cap space for this season alone. They get easily bring in a decent corner right now. There's plenty of them out there.
Carlton Davis is still afraid. Charvarius Ward is still available.
All I want is a dog. I just want a guy that's going to go over and go after it.
There's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10.
As long as we don't end up with a Kevin King situation. I saw they were working out Bo Melton. DB. That's just because they didn't have a DB. They needed one for practice.
So Rasul Douglas is still out there. To see him come back as a Packer, I think that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Now that list isn't confirmed. The AI just shot people out. There may be people on that list who have already signed. But as of now, so we expect Green Bay to push forward with that. Yeah, I guess chapter closed. We loved the dude. He was awesome. Last 2 years, he got hurt. This is a business. This is the NFL. Who we watched when we were kids is not who we're watching now. And who we're not watching now is not who we were watching when we were young adults. Minus the whole Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers thing. We're lucky with that. But in this life cycle, PR, and this isn't a hit, but I think you've gone through, 12 quarterbacks?
Fuck, you might have went through 4 in one season. Yeah.
Since when?
Yeah.
Oh,
okay. Yeah. See, so just 12.
You won a Super Bowl like 40 quarterbacks.
Since 85, there's been a lot more. But yeah, just even
I would say at least in the last 10 years.
Yeah.
I would probably say that's a good estimate.
I would say that's a good estimate. Yeah, absolutely. So we haven't had that situation. You don't normally see players leave Green Bay. You really don't, regardless of what everyone says out there. Oh, Green Bay's not what else is there to do in Green Bay? You're here to play a game.
You can leave in the offseason if you want to, but you got to come back.
The thing is, I'm not even trying to get a trade for him. I guess, is there...
What would you trade for? What would you?
No, I'm just saying. In a sense, I'm just thinking in a business aspect. If I'm not able
in a business aspect, he's broken.
They definitely tried to trade for him because that rumor was floating around for fucking.
And what are you going to take, a 5th or a 6th? Would you?
And so then here's the follow-up question: then.
With Brock Purdy on the horizon, would you give up a 6th round draft pick for a broken quarterback?
Oh
no,
fuck no.
But I think the problem is that they could have traded him, Paul. Like Charles said, they could have got a 5th or a 6th, but nobody was going to take on his fucking salary. He's still under contract for 2 years, and they didn't want him. What's he worth? Probably 8 to 10. Because he's going to get 17.
Can he honestly pull that, or do you think he's going to get
8 to 10?
At the time, wasn't he the highest paid corner in the NFL when he did sign that contract?
He was one of them. Yeah. We could comfortably say he was one of them.
And that's part of the reason why.
And he deserved it when he got it. Now that he's dropped, I would pick him up. Just because you're not taking on a bunch of salary. I'm going to pick you up for what I'm assuming could be the veteran minimum. I would have to look that up. But you take a chance that he doesn't hurt himself. Because when he's good, he's all pro. But I don't know if Green Bay saw that in him anymore, which is another
right. After injuries.
You got to, at some point, you got to read the writing on the wall. Now, did anybody else have anything they wanted to add on the Jaire Alexander? We wish him the very best.
I hope he finds success. I'll keep following his career. I love him.
That was his second contract, so he's approaching 8 or 9.
So the veteran minimum right now is averaging between 1.2 million.
Oh no, the thing is, he still would get.
I know that he's still gonna get. I'm talking about like a team they could offer him.
Yes, this is a Russell Wilson situation.
Oh, I know that. I know somebody else. Yeah, I know that. I'm just saying.
Dropped him at the right time.
Yeah, after June 1st or whatever it was.
Yeah, so I don't think this is going to be a hit on our shit. Just a dead cap hit. And we'll look into that for further shows.
Yeah.
Now, talking about transitioning now, talking about writing on the wall, the word is Cincinnati's 17th pick, or not 17th pick, but the number 17th pick for Cincinnati is having a contract dispute via language. Yes, via language. So they're also having issues with Trey Hendrickson. So the guy they signed to help Trey
doesn't want to sign.
And Trey, they're both not at minicamp right now.
So one of the things that I heard about the draft, the incoming rookie, is that apparently Cincinnati is one of the few teams in the league that doesn't offer any kind of like insurance or something like that. The rookies during OTAs or training camps, and you're not about to get me to work and then I get injured and I'm not covered. So he's like, fuck that, fix that shit, or I'm not signing until I guess the season starts when everything is covered.
I don't blame
I'm like, when you put it in that language, I guess you can't be upset, but I can see why both parties are like, somebody's got to budge. But I'm like, at this point, who has what leverage on who?
Cincinnati definitely feels at this point, I don't think you can argue this, they feel like we're just going to score more than you.
The thing is with Cincinnati too, it's not just one player. Apparently it's 3 or 4 players that are having issues with contracts. It's not just the rookie deal. It's Hendrickson. It's
your big defensive guy.
Yeah, your best defensive. Best defensive player in the NFL
sacks.
as far as stats go. Sacks.
What was it? 17 and a half sacks.
He's led the league in sacks
back-to-back seasons.
Yeah.
He led the league in sacks back-to-back seasons.
So you got your incoming rookie that's supposed to be on the other side of Hendrickson with contract language that he's not okay with, and on top of other things, and then your leading defensive rusher.
And by the way, the player we're talking about is Shamar Stewart.
And he confirmed Texas A&M. Yeah. I'm like, both of your guys that you're depending on to hold your defense next year and the next coming years are not on the field.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm getting at.
Or on paper, technically.
Not even on paper.
Cincinnati just not care about defense. If you're Cincinnati's defensive coordinator, what are you doing?
I don't know. You got your offensive people signed up because your core offensive is signed.
Yeah. Are you comfortable?
Hell
are you comfortable with the fact, knowing that the only way you win football games is if you score more points than the other team, and you're going to be giving up 30 points a game?
And the only way they're comfortable with that is because they got Burrow and freaking Jamar Chase.
But I'm like, as a defensive coordinator, you have to think that your job is on the line from week 1.
So at this point, what's the over-under on Cincinnati players in our fantasy draft going in the first round?
1.
Defensively or offensively?
Just 1.
Listen.
In the first round?
1 out of 12, Paul.
Maybe 1. I could see 1. I'm probably going to see 1 at most.
I could see
maybe 2.
3.
Why
Chase Brown?
Dude, 17 and a half sacks.
You ain't taking a fucking defensive player in the first round.
You got me fucked up.
There ain't nobody that's.
The only 3 people that have a shot at the first round, and this is in my order. This is in the order that I feel like it would.
I remember there's like 400 players you can draft from now, and not just
Jamar Chase being the first person off the board from Cincinnati. Jamar Chase.
Yeah,
he'll be the first one. Yes. Then Burrow. And the possibility is possibly Chase Brown and Higgins being tied for honorable mention for the third.
I can see. I can see two. I can't see the third one. Like Chase Brown would be the third one for me, and Hendricks would be 4. Hendricks could be a 3rd-round pick, be your first defensive player, but you got to go out. You got to go and get yourself.
I'm going for points. I'm going for points. I'm going receiver. You got to go receiver or running back.
Can I paint the scenario for you, Charles? Just hypothetically. You got the number 1 overall pick.
Okay.
We already know who you're going to take, who you would take. Paul, you got the number.
I don't know who I'm going to take.
Okay, you're not taking Jamar Chase, number 1.
Probably not.
Okay, Paul, are you taking Jamar Chase, number 2?
If I'm number 2 and this person is still available, I'm taking my guy. But I'm not going to say who that guy is.
I'm not telling you to tell me. I'm just saying we're talking
about.
No,
I'm not taking Jamar Chase.
Players.
I'm like, Jamar Chase would probably go. If I had to logically think out loud, I would say 5. Probably with first 5 picks.
5.
Somewhere in the between 3 and 7 is where I could see Jamar Chase going. Somewhere in that range.
Do you know where he went in last year's redraft?
8.
No, he went number 1.
Redraft? What redraft?
After the season was over?
After the season.
But before the season, I'm still.
I don't give a fuck.
I hear you. 9 times out of 10, most people are always going to pick a running back. Majority of the time.
I got a number 1 guy at 10. The fucking 10 or 8.
I hear you. I'm just saying the likelihood of a receiver going first is usually unlikely. Not saying that it's unlikely, but it's usually unlikely.
Here's the kicker. If I have the number 1 draft pick, it actually is between Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson. You guys are out your ass.
I would take Jefferson over him. Jefferson's gonna get led on by freaking McCarthy this year so fucking hard. He's gonna be he's gonna get target after target. You know it, I know it. Fucking fantasy football knows it. I think he's the number 2. I don't know though.
Yesterday I was thinking maybe Joe Burrow. Because I got this is your quarterback for
he can't stay healthy though. That's
he stayed healthy last
year. Are you saying you're going to try to franchise tag his ass?
Bro, dynasty.
He's building a dynasty around the Bengals.
Hey, offensively, that's a good idea.
I don't need him to win on the field, fantasy-wise.
I just need you to put points. I just need you to pass the ball, score me some touchdowns.
Where do you draft? Where do you draft each of them comfortably? Right?
For me, quarterbacks usually go in
what I've seen. The first round?
3rd or 4th.
It just depends on what pick I am. It all depends on.
Here we go.
But I'm not telling you who I'm picking.
Your Jamar Chase is still on the. You don't have to tell me. This is all hypothetical.
Oh, if Jamar Chase is on the board between the first 5 picks, on the board. He's gone.
And you're
picking number 5.
6 to 10.
If I'm pick number 6 and Jamar Chase is still on the board, I'm snatching him.
Pat?
If my other players are gone already.
Jamar Chase is the only player that I can think of.
We're going to spitfire this because we got to make this quick. We're going to spitfire this. So you guys both said 6, 7?
Gone.
8?
Gone.
9?
Gone.
Okay. All right. So Joe Burrow.
I'm not getting a quarterback probably till the 2nd or 3rd round. Depending on what players have been taken. It depends on if most of my players are gone, then that's when I adjust. But like I said, in a dream case scenario, I'm not picking a quarterback to the 2nd round.
Chase, I'm sorry, Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert, Lamar Jackson.
I'm picking Lamar out of all 3 of those.
But stat-wise. But here's the thing. If this wasn't a dynasty draft, Charles, I would be thinking the way you are. Dynasty, you got an extra how many players you got to think about. There's so many more rounds. You don't start picking players early to panic because
I'm playing chess, not checkers at this point.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll let you in on a little secret.
It's not a secret.
Age and contract to me is a much bigger deal than per se, are you going to get me 3 more points than that guy? Or are you going to get me 6 more points? Or is that guy going to get me 6 more points here or there? Injury does come into play, but at a young age and in their early second contract in a dynasty where we don't know when another redraft is going to happen. I don't know, man. To me, age is a significant factor in that.
A redraft will only happen in our league if we get 2 or more people drop out.
Absolutely.
Then that's when you're forced the hand to redraft. But other than that, yeah, I understand.
That's what I mean. And we have a great group of people, so it's not even necessarily about. I don't think it's going to be when we lose people. I think it's when we have enough to add, and then we do a collective redraft.
I think the way that I'm going into mentally going into this dynasty league, that starting this whole new, because this is a career damn near. Basically, we're becoming legitimate GMs going into this sleeper dynasty.
You guys are. I've already been.
No, I'm just saying the mentality is this: you're a GM. This isn't like fantasy at ESPN where each year it's reset. It's not Madden 25, Madden 26. This is a
great example of what
it's chess, not checkers. So
and how we think as GMs.
Yeah. And how we value players, and like you said, contracts, age, teams, weapons, what's around them, their coaching, everything's a factor.
Yeah. When I started thinking about that, now here's the questions I started asking. Do you expect Joe Burrow to win a Super Bowl in the next 4 years?
I would hope so.
If you're a Bengals fan, you hope so, yeah.
But you're thinking about this purely fantasy-wise. Do we expect to see Joe Burrow in the playoffs the next 4 years? Three out of that
defense? No.
Why not?
With no defense?
With wild card and everything? Are you, bro? If you're scoring 37 points a game, you're going to play the wild card. You're going to play the wild card.
Yeah, a wild card. But the AFC is just so competitive. It's
I don't need you to, but our fantasy is over when their playoffs start, so it doesn't matter.
Should they make another Super Bowl with Joe Burrow at helm? Yes. Will they? Probably no.
All right. Here's the next super comfortable fact that I was becoming comfortable with, and I don't know why I'm trying to sell this to you. I could just let it go.
There's no selling.
How many times in the last 2 years has Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals needed to win in order to make it to the playoffs?
Every time.
At least every year.
So
I get what you're going.
Starters playing.
I'm tracking where you're at. I'm definitely tracking where you're at.
I'm guaranteeing myself these motherfuckers are playing 18 games.
When it comes to players like that,
there we go. Yeah.
No, because when it comes to players like that, you're not worried about them getting rested week 16, week 17 when the playoffs
are going into the playoffs. Absolutely.
Our playoffs.
We'll all be rocking those. The NFL the season don't start till Thanksgiving. The turkey goes in.
I'm just.
I track what you're saying. I'm tracking.
You got to take, and when you take all of that into consideration, I think Joe Burrow becomes a significantly high first-round draft pick.
And it's not. So then you're thinking of that aspect, right? Let's stick with your theory, right?
23 to 35.17.
Let's stick to your theory. Let's stick to that theory, and let's say.
Who would you guys pick in that scenario?
No, I'm saying if Joe Burrow is a first-round pick, let's just say, by your logic, right? That means Patrick Mahomes is a third-round pick.
As a backup, if you want that.
I'm like, if you're thinking logic-wise, right? If you're thinking it the way that Charles is thinking,
yes,
which makes sense, and I'm not disputing your
Patrick
logic.
Mahomes gets you there, but
he's getting benched by week 15. Week 16.
I've never played against Patrick Mahomes.
Because if he's already
when they got 13
especially if they clinch the first round by week 15, they're not risking him.
So Patrick Mahomes is a great late round pick, and if you could pick him up in the 4th, 5th, or 6th round via a dynasty, that's fantastic.
It'll get you to the playoffs.
So, again, ESPN, Patrick Mahomes is a 2nd, 3rd round pick. In fact, in dynasty, your draft stock goes a little down because long term wise, you're no good for me.
Do you want me to tell you something that's really fucked up? I was talking to a guy at work. He had another fantasy. He had fucking Patrick Mahomes and Jared Goff on his team, and he did not win the championship. As a matter of fact, he didn't even make it to the championship for the exact same fucking reason that Charles just said, because they were sitting the last 2 fucking weeks of the season.
When you're taking these things you have to take these things into consideration, because that's awesome. You could beat everyone really bad until the playoffs, and then come playoff time, you just shit the bed because
what are my homeboys?
Players are resting, waiting for an NFC championship.
In the route of defending my title for 2 years in a row, one of my good friends, very good friends, he started off the season 8-0, right? Then the bye week started to make their way into the schedule. He lost it here, he lost one there. By the time the season was over, he was fighting at the last week for the last spot with me and 3 other people for the last spot in the playoff spot. And this is the crazy thing. Between 2nd place and 6th place, we were literally all tied. It was a 5-way tie between 6 teams, and he didn't make the playoffs.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I mean,
he also had Christian McCaffrey, so that didn't help him out in the beginning of the season.
No. Should have led with that one.
No,
I could have told you that. Futures on that one.
Let's go over if you woulds, where you woulds, and I'll call it out, and we'll go from here. So if you're picking 1, 2, 3, or 4, that's the scenario. And then I'm going to shoot out names. And if there's a name that comes to your guys' head during this, you shoot it out too. We'll pop it up. Okay.
So we're saying if we were 1, 2, 3, or 4, would this player get drafted in one of those spots?
Yeah,
if they were still available?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Yep. Now remember, you're 1, 2, 3, or 4. It doesn't matter.
If they're on the board, you take them.
Christian McCaffrey.
No.
Yes. Okay. Now I'm going to say a couple more.
Okay, wait. You said what was the number you said again?
1, 2, 3, or 4. If you had one of those 4 picks.
1, 2, 3, or 4. Christian McCaffrey. Yes. And if any of them scoff you, we could stop it and talk about it for a second. I would love to.
Where do you think he's ranked? He's barely in the top 10, and you're going to take him at 1, 2, 3, or 4.
And I would take him at 1, 2, 3, or 4.
When you could have Jamar Chase, Bijan, Jefferson, Saquon, or Jameer Gibbs, or CeeDee Lamb, all those players are going to have more points than him.
I wouldn't even take Bijan top 4.
I'm not saying you're wrong because of the point share and depending on what our scoring is going to be.
And I love Bijan.
I guess there's a couple in there that are like going to probably be swappable.
Yeah.
All right,
are you ready?
Yep.
Are you ready for this?
Yep.
People are gonna call me racist as piss for this, but this is
no,
why I picked
they
him.
will not.
Yeah, he's white.
The player or you?
No, he is, and he left and got that weird white person treatment. He's gonna come back. He's got new legs.
I don't mean shit to me.
I'm telling you. Christian McCaffrey, 1, 2, 3, or 4. I would be comfortable taking him 1, 2, 3, or 4. Absolutely.
Okay.
San Francisco just got rid of their entire backfield. Okay. It's break or bust with Christian McCaffrey.
And his legs are going to break.
He's an MVP candidate. You say that all you want. He's an MVP candidate.
His ankles are weak.
His
ankles are little.
Shit's weak.
That's all right.
Yeah,
you could ride Christian McCaffrey for a handful of years.
But the white thing, he's just say rich people surgery. You got the rich people surgery.
That's what it's called. That's white privilege, isn't it?
Wait a minute.
No, that's
white
not what
people
that is,
surgery.
Maybe I don't know.
Maybe not. Maybe it's
my bad.
Halo surgery or something.
Listen, I'm just saying that's what I thought it was. All right. Anywho, okay, moving on. 1, 2, 3, or 4. Marvin Harrison Jr.
I'm not making that mistake twice.
No, even though he put on 25 pounds of muscle and
he looks like a
bodybuilder. Yeah, I don't know.
Dude, he's 50
jacked.
balls are now 51-49. I'm telling you.
Great.
51-49.
Screwed me out of like 10 games last year.
You say no, Patrick? 1, 2, 3, or 4?
No, not 1, 2, 3, or 4.
Well, I would.
1, no. 2,
I'd probably take him at 4.
3, no. I would take him at 4.
He was at 4, and
I would take him as my 4th receiver. I wouldn't take him at number 4.
If this was ESPN,
probably like the 15th or 18th.
I hear you. But if we're using the logic that Charles has stated earlier, if it's ESPN, no. If it's Dynasty, yes.
Target share and Arizona has been fighting.
Again, the reason why I say yes, I'm going to explain myself why I say yes, and I'm almost going to guarantee that Charles is going to agree with me. I'm almost going to guarantee. So this is my logic behind picking him 4th. I'm not picking him 1, 2, 3. I'm picking him 4th. If I have the 4th pick and he's on the board in Dynasty, I'm snatching him up for the simple.
Well, yeah, I'm not going to take a 40-year-old fucking wide receiver.
No, I'm saying,
I would take him over.
The reason why I would, if for me, logically wise,
You're
one year, he was subpar and he was good, and he had glimpse of.
He put in the work in the offseason,
right?
So
and I still my jury's still out with this whole Kyler Murray thing. I don't know if he's still gonna be the savior.
Well, Kyler Murray's not gonna be his quarterback his entire career.
Oh, this is the thing. he might not even be in Arizona in 3 years.
Probably not, more than likely.
So wherever he goes, he's going to fucking clamp somebody up.
Yeah.
He's going to moss just about everybody that he goes
remember
against.
who his flipping dad was, for God's sake.
And he's bigger than him.
Yeah, I know what the talent is.
Yeah.
He's going to be mossing people up for the next 5 years.
And now he's got an NFL body.
Yeah.
He's going to moss everybody up.
Oh, now he's got an NFL body.
Now he's got an NFL body.
Ooh.
And he still doesn't have a playing card.
Okay.
No.
Either way.
Anybody catching the drift, or should I give a couple more?
What about Derrick Henry?
All right.
1, 2, 3, or 4. Derrick Henry.
Yes.
I'm still taking him. The risk is higher. The risk and the reward
of taking Derrick Henry in a league where he could possibly retire next year.
I'm taking that if I could take the belt.
He literally is getting close to the age of retirement. And you guys are going to take him.
Yes,
he's only got
signed a 2 year.
Remember, if you lose him, you can't fucking get him back.
This is why the only reason why I'm taking Derrick Henry in the first 4 picks. You want to know why?
Because you want to win a championship.
No, fuck all that. Fuck all that. It's beyond that. And I think I know where Charles. I think Charles knows where I'm going.
Going for the 3-peat, so he's going to say
I hear
yes.
you.
No
Go for the 3-peat.
So.
I'm going for the simple fact
Charles
that
does not give a fuck if he breaks his ankle week 16. He fucking wins the championship.
Derrick Henry I was already a big fan of Henry because the guy's a monster. Regardless, it's hard not to hate on that man. The man is just a workhorse, right? Yeah. However, a few days ago, something happened on the internet that pleased my heart. Adam Sandler is my favorite comedian of all time. Okay? This man said if he gets over 2,000 yards rushing, he's going to be in a movie and he's going to take him out to eat. That man is going to eat next year.
Derrick Henry was on the Dan Patrick show, and they were talking about how great Adam Sandler was. And Derrick was like, that's my favorite dude.
I just want to be on a movie.
And Dan was like, I could get you in a movie. And Derrick's, what? And Dan's, you get me 2,000 yards, I'll get you in an Adam Sandler movie.
Adam Sandler sent him a video.
The next day.
Agreeing to the deal. Yeah. Do you realize Derrick Henry is on a mission? Listen, it could be 2001.
And the Ravens just gave him an extension of 2 years. I'm telling you, 1, 2, 3, or 4.
Going to eat. I'm picking him no matter which one it is.
I don't know.
I might not take him first or second, but third or fourth, I'm taking him.
I will pass for less.
After what he did last year for free? What he did last year for nothing?
Paul, if this was regular fantasy football, no fucking brainer.
Listen, he did what he did last year for free. There's incentives now this year.
And not only that, but also for a more extensive fantasy look, Derrick Henry.
He's going to be gone.
Yeah. Okay. But
Saquon's leaving.
You said 1, 2, or 3. You said 3 or 4.
I said not 1 or 2.
Oh, listen,
I said 3 or 4. Yes.
Yeah. If
you forget what league we're in, he might be there at 3.
1, 2,
and I'm gonna snatch him at 3.
I'm
1, 2, 3, or 4 all day. But so the reason I would contemplate taking Derrick Henry, besides all of that, the number one thing is the Adam Sandler. The 2K yards.
That's Paul.
It's the number one thing. But the number 2 thing is he's playing with Baltimore. He's got a 2-year extension. Baltimore is in a situation where they're going to be able to hand the ball to a player like Derrick Henry for the next 4 or 5 years. And is Derrick Henry going to be an RB1 for the next 4 or 5 years? No.
Probably not.
But he's an RB1 this year.
He's definitely going to go into this season.
RB2 at worst next year. And then his final 3-4 years of
he's our Adrian Peterson for the last couple years after that.
Yeah, and you're talking an RB3, an RB4,
third down, goal line back.
I'll give him. If you're okay with getting 2 really good years out of him and maybe 3 really good years out of him, that's fine. You're not.
I'm just. It's Derrick.
This is my thing. Because
I'm saying after that, you're going to be fucked if he was RB1. You know,
like he's not going to.
I'm not saying he's going to be,
but
you
know what I'm saying. I'm also thinking as I'm going through the season and going through the off season, we're redrafting in the rookie draft every year. So I'm already replacing him.
You know what?
I'm replacing him at some point.
I'll give somebody. I'm going to give somebody crazy fantasy advice. Get Ginty in the 5th or 6th round and get fucking Derrick Henry in the 1st, and you're going to be set for the future.
If you're somehow, some way able to pan that out,
I'm just saying. I'm thinking it because you guys are putting it in my fucking head right now,
bro. Dude, I'm telling you, it's not.
But that works though.
It
I
would
know,
work.
I know that
It's not gonna happen.
It would happen to that guy over here because he's already fucking thinking it right now.
But this is the thing. Again,
Saquon Barkley is arguably the same way.
he's probably going to be 1 or 2 gone.
Yeah, Saquon's the
Christian
same
McCaffrey,
way. Yeah.
Saquon Barkley, Josh Jacobs, and Derrick Henry. In my opinion,
Even Gibbs, because
you
the
can throw
Lions
Gibbs
at
in
least
there.
have a decent offense. You can put Gibbs in there too.
Montgomery. I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't think about the Lions. That's not.
But those are legitimate backs that can get you at least a good 15, 20 points a game.
Well, youthful. He's age-wise. I'm not saying he's going to be with the
100. Now, why didn't I say Bijan Robinson?
Because that offense down there is sketchy.
I have no fucking idea what's going on.
That offense down there is sketchy.
There's a buttload of games where they were like, we're just not even running the ball.
I drafted him last year, and he got me at least a handful of 20, 25-point games. The rest were between 10 to 15 points. It was nothing to make me want to pick him as an RB1.
Did you ever a tight end that Charles brought up about the quarterback situation, about not checking down? He was like worse than the shotgun in last year.
I just don't understand how Atlanta doesn't use him as a weapon often. He is a monster. So and I don't understand it.
To me, that makes Bijan
late first-round pick.
No.
Second?
For me, late second, early third, middle.
Somebody's going to scoop him up in the first 10 picks. Watch.
Absolutely.
I promise you.
That wouldn't surprise me.
You know what's going to happen?
He's going to sit there and disappoint you.
I'm going to trade for that motherfucker a few years later when he gets traded to another team.
He's going to be top 8, guaranteed.
He's 33 or 23.
He's 23. He's gonna be
23. Yeah. No, that's what I'm saying. But we've got our draft this year. He's stuck in Atlanta for another couple of years.
Yeah.
But he's going to end up becoming a trade piece for somebody trying to make a playoff push, and I'm going to come in and eat that shit up like butter.
Or I'm not taking him in the first round this year. I can't.
Oh, hell no.
I can't risk it.
There is only 1 year, Paul.
Late second.
I did that last year, and it bit me in the ass.
Yeah.
Okay. Patrick, you got a guy for us?
Yeah, I'll bring you one.
All right.
Brock Bowers. And I'm talking about 6, 7, 8. 6, 7, or 8.
So you're saying if I'm 6, 7, or 8 and he's there, I'm taking him.
I'm just saying his production with Ginty's he's only gonna be more of the number 1 option. Now
and then you got a better quarterback in Geno Smith.
Now there's weapons, and now there's weapons and a legitimate threat. So
target share wise, he's a check down dream.
He's gonna be a red zone dream too with Ginty.
If I'm 6, 7, or 8 and he's still on the board, I'm gonna take him.
No,
I'm taking him.
Because to me, he's a late second, early third guy. In our league, tight ends are important, but you could also make.
I'm looking at the scheme because Geno Smith is going to use him a lot. I feel
absolutely. But we're in the first round, and you said,
and this is still a PPR league, correct?
Yeah,
it's still we still have it set up as a PPR league, so
yes,
I'm using him.
I know, but hold on now. So you've got 6, 7, 8, right, Patrick? That was the scenario. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Well, I'm just saying this hypothetically: Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, Lamb, Neighbors, Gibbs, Puka, Barkley, and then you're left with the second tier players, which are still really fucking good because it's first round. But I'm like, if you're a guy, you go for a wide receiver that might not get as many targets, or you hope for it. This is a Marvin Harrison type scenario right here.
Here's
6, 7, 8 is more what I would think Harrison would fall into.
But here's the kicker. If I'm picking 6, 7, 8, that means I'm picking early in the second.
Yeah.
And late in the third.
Yeah.
I'm taking a quarterback.
In the third, I take quarterback.
Breaking news.
What do you got?
What's that?
Shedeur Sanders just moved up in the depth chart.
Huh?
He is currently QB2, and at the pace that he is playing with the teams right now, there's a very good chance that he's going to be projected to be the starter week 1.
That's funny because I thought Gabriel was beating him out.
Nope.
Awesome.
He just took over the QB2 spot, and he's probably going to start over Kenny week 1.
When does the first Brown come off the table?
It's got to be mid-training camp, maybe before the preseason.
fantasy draft. When does the first round player get taken? What round?
Probably the third.
Who?
Maybe second. I don't know.
No, you got to know if you're saying second or third. Patrick?
It could be Judy, maybe in the second round.
I'm going to say third round, late third round.
Maybe Judy or Sanders.
Who do you thinking?
Judy.
Somebody's going to take Judkins. I don't know. Somebody's going to take a rookie over probably anybody.
I would say probably Judy, the receiver, or Njoku. Yeah. And depending on if Shedeur is the starter, I can see him going in the third round. So maybe
third
fourth.
Round. Okay. What about Garrett Mitchell there? That's his name, right?
Who are you talking about?
I don't know. Who's the guy with the sack guy? I forget his name. He doesn't play for us. Miles
I don't
Garrett?
know either.
Miles Garrett?
Yeah. I don't think you take a defensive player and
potential sack leader.
Yeah.
He could probably be the second one off the board.
Listen,
he might be the first defensive one off the board from Cleveland.
10 sacks a game is going to get you 60 or 10. Jesus, that's going to be a lot. But 10 plus sacks on the season is going to get you an extra 60 plus points.
Why would you take him? There's
we're saying third, fourth.
I know. I'm just saying as far as a Cleveland guy goes, yes, but
because I could
probably see him being the first Cleveland guy off the board.
So if he's the first Cleveland guy off the board, we're talking you're going to have the entire Cleveland roster from 5 to 12. There's going to be some dark horses down there, but nobody's taking Cleveland as a starter. Are you really picking Shedeur Sanders as your RB1, as your QB1, QB2?
I might take him as my QB3.
We don't have any diehard fucking Cleveland Browns fans in here. No,
I might take him as just in case.
Somebody might just do it just for funsies.
Like I might draft if I were to draft him, I would draft him as a just in case. So if he does go off, none of you fuckers have him.
I'm hoping he goes in the IL.
And he's just sitting there.
He's on my IR. Yeah, he's on my team.
I'm like, I'm not gonna lie. There's sometimes when I draft players just so that people can't get them.
Okay.
But that's usually towards the end. But I'm like, I could see probably Myles Garrett being the first Brown player coming off the board. I don't know if it's going to be as early as the third round, though. I don't know. But this is different. We're in different territory when it comes to this Dynasty League. We're in different territory. This is a different scenario, different environment, different team building scenarios. Like I'm building for long term now.
Why not Njoku?
I'm like, because if I have Bowers, why would I want Njoku?
Well, first Cleveland.
There's plenty. I'd rather have Cole Kmet over Njoku at this point because I'm scared he's either going to burn his face off again, break an arm or a leg.
Dude likes to play with fireworks. No. Feelings over under Pittsburgh Steelers win total.
What's the over under?
No, I don't know. Just hit me with it. Over under. What's the ceiling? What's the ceiling?
9.5.
The ceiling's 9.5. What's the cellar? What's the basement? 5.
I say
5.5.
I say
with that defense,
7.
They got to win at least 7 games.
7.5 is the minimum. 9.5. You going over or under?
I'm saying they're going to go over. I think Aaron Rodgers is the golden goose for them. This is the player they need to get over the hump.
Whatever makes you better. Listen, if that first round exit is going to seem better with having Aaron Rodgers at the helm, by all means, it's still going to be a first round exit.
He's got way better receivers now.
That's great. It's the Steelers.
I want to hear you. Do you guys play the Steelers this year?
Yeah. Oh, we're going to fuck them
Week
up.
13.
I can't wait for this. This is going to be so fucking fun.
And when do you guys play them? Week 10 or 8? Week 8.
Yeah. Week 1, he plays the Jets, which is going to be fucking hilarious.
And the quarterback's just literally
yes.
It's going to be interesting.
Hey, you get to vote. You get to root for the Jets in that game too. Next Bear could beat he could own the back. He could own Aaron Rodgers if he wins.
Okay. Who's that young blood that just took over up in Patriotsville there, gang? Drake May. Corncob May. Where are we putting him in quarterbacks? Are you upset if he's your second quarterback?
No, I've been hearing good things. Plus, they've rebuilt that offensive line. I think he's going to be fine.
I don't think him being a QB2 or my backup QB would not be a terrible thing.
No, I can see him. He's a top top 12 quarterback.
And then if
Potential.
him and
Indiana.
Diggs can find some type of chemistry in the next few weeks, early on in the season, that could be scary for them, and then that could be good, beneficial for fantasy wise. But I'm like, Diggs is coming off of ACL surgery, so I'm like, and he's old now. You know, that for anybody that doesn't think that doesn't play a factor, you're fucking crazy.
He's deflecting all those personal questions at this time. Okay, so
it's the same age as fucking Derrick Henry.
Yeah, but Derrick Henry has 2 good knees.
Derrick Henry's been injured in his career too.
Has he torn his ACL?
No, he's just a big fucker. That's all.
He smiles when he runs too.
And his eyes wide open.
It's like my favorite part.
And then he
here we go.
Pushes you to the other side of the field.
Here we go. Lamar Jackson. Who's that ankles? Who's that ankles guy again?
Which ankles guy?
One
the rookie, the rookie of the year.
Come on, guys, it's Daniels, right?
I know who you're talking about. I just wanted you to say it.
You can't say it. You won't say it. Ankles
I want you to say it.
Ankles guy. Ankles guy.
The one that had good ankles all year last year.
He had a bad back.
Okay, so
good ankles and a bad back.
He had a bad rib.
Is it a bad rib?
Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Josh Herbert. And what?
Josh Herbert. Who the fuck is Josh Herbert?
He said Josh Allen. He said Herbert. I think.
No, he said Josh Herbert.
I said Josh Herbert.
Who the fuck is Josh Herbert?
He meant Justin.
Who the fuck is Josh Herbert?
I don't know. New character coming out. New Madden.
Are we doing AI shit over here? We cloning people?
How come I'm gonna come up with that one?
Maybe I need to go to the doctors. But anyways,
you mean Justin Herbert?
You got Justin Herbert, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen. Listen, I started thinking to myself too. How weird is that? Josh Herbert and Josh Allen. That's weird.
Who the fuck is Josh Herbert?
I'm taking Jay Herbs with my number 1 pick, please.
So we got Jaden McDaniels.
For this draft, right? Charles and I probably should get a draft.
Charles lost it. He's
should have a draft board, and I'm going to put Jay Herbs in there and see if
Paul getting a draft board. That's why I'm getting all these names right now.
Yeah. Please get them right now because I don't know who the fuck Josh Herbert is.
All right, so you got Justin Herbert, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, or Jaden Daniels. Who we taking?
Lamar Jackson.
Which, if I'm picking for my QB1, I'm picking.
Yeah, this is your first quarterback. It's time to pick a quarterback, and these are the 4 available:
Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Josh Herbert.
Yep.
And Jaden.
Owen Allen.
Josh Herbert, Owen Allen.
I think I'm gonna go Jim Kelly.
The more.
All right, so
Jim Kelly.
I'm going Jim Kelly.
So Patrick,
I'm going with Lamar Jackson. He's still 28 years old. I'm still getting the same production from him. He's got Derrick Henry in the back.
I'm going to go Daniels.
Really?
Yeah.
I think Daniels might have already hit his ceiling.
I don't think so.
And this is me. This is the guy that loves this kid.
And I appreciate your opinion.
But he's in Washington. He's in Washington.
And he's already been to an NFC championship.
I'm giving you a 50-50. I'm giving you a 50-50.
Okay.
You take 2 of them right off the board. Randomly.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
Make sure you know their names.
Jeremy Allen.
Who we taking off?
Out of those 4, the 4 names you already said?
Yep. We got to take
I'm picking a QB1 and QB2. Or I'm saying I don't want them.
No, we got to take them off the board. Yep. Okay, we've been shown the 4. Now we got to take 2 of them away. Who are we comfortable losing? So you had Lamar Jackson.
Justin Herbert can go.
Really?
I still don't trust him.
Yeah, I would say 4
Herbert. 4 interceptions in the regular season.
A flying
for me, it's Herbert and Daniels.
Herbert and Daniels for you.
Yep.
And you, so both of you are on Herbert. That's funny.
This is not in any way the way that it's going to look. And I apologize for the perception of what it looks like. But I'm going to keep Lamar and Jaden.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep the brown boys and the white boys can go.
I like it. You had to put it that way. Paul's got to put it that way earlier. Now Paul's got to put it this way. Paul, did you have that really fancy cereal
You can
too?
go to the store and buy brown rice and white rice. This is what you get.
Listen, go watch another show.
You got Lamar and Jade. You got Allen and Jackson.
Yep. That I'm keeping?
No, I was talking about Pat.
Yeah, Allen and Jackson. Allen Jackson. I'm
like,
keeping Allen Jackson.
You can't go wrong with that either. Like,
I've got Herbert.
I really don't think you can go
Herbert
wrong with
Jackson.
any of these four.
Yeah, I got Herbert.
I don't trust Herbert. I don't. I'm sorry.
It's okay. He threw. See, this is what's got me worried about Justin or Josh, whoever is
Which
that
white guy?
Gotcha.
Justin. Yeah, but Herbert. This is what's got me worried about
Josh Herbert.
This is what could have me worried about Herbert. Besides McConkey, who else does he have?
No, not a soul.
Right now, nobody.
I'm like, you got Mike Williams back.
Yeah.
Okay, but we do have to remember that.
Didn't they draft a tight end?
I'm not.
I want to say they did. I can't remember his name though. But I get where you're going.
Running back, they got Omari and Hampton. They drafted the guy from North Carolina.
That's who they got. That's who it was.
He's gonna be he's gonna be a stud.
Yeah. But
excuse me while I yell at my dogs.
Yeah, his coaching staff is fantastic. Do we agree?
Yeah.
I'm not debating that. There's no way
they're going to score. They're going to score points. They're going to play good defense. So defensively, the Chargers are a good pick for a team defense. You got it. Kansas City. All right. I still think they're good.
I don't think the AFC West is as hard, as easy as it once was before.
But my inability to see who Herbert's going to throw the ball to only stops me from drafting his offensive players in the first couple of rounds.
Yeah.
Outside of McConkey. The fact of the matter is the kid threw under Harbaugh's first year, he threw 4 interceptions all regular season. Yeah, he threw 4 in the one playoff game. That's awesome. He's not doing me anything when he's playing in the playoffs.
I hear you.
And when you're talking about the Chargers, they're going to be battling the Broncos and the Chiefs for a playoff position. So they're going to be fighting until the end of the season as well. He's a young dude. They're going to get talent around him. He's got effing old boy there, Harbaugh.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to, and he's young. He's still young, right? So it's hard for me. He's early in his second contract. So it's hard for me to throw him out, or it would be hard for me to throw him out over Allen. Now you've got, listen, you think you're racist.
Come on, boys.
Here's the kicker. This is how I broke it down. Because which runner has the better throwing arm?
That is so fucked up.
This one's got the better ankles, Paul.
Lamar Jackson has better ankles.
There you go. That's what he's saying.
He's got a more NFL adapted body. He's showing over the last couple of years that he can take the hit and still deliver. Like, there was no easy way for me to say that. It took me 56 minutes to figure it out. I just trust Lamar more in the mobility sense. But now here, I'll throw this kicker in. Justin Fields. We'll end it on Justin Fields.
What about him?
Do you take him?
What round?
The 2 that was replaced, we replaced it with Justin Fields.
I can't do that because I don't know what that looks like over there yet.
Guaranteed 50 rushing yards a game. His entire career, he averages 50 rushing yards a game.
I need to know what that offensive line looks like in action.
I think Justin's going to be a solid RB2, solid RB3.
Did you say RB1, RB2, or did you mean
QB3? That's what I said. QB2,
right,
QB3.
all right.
You can roll the tape back and check too. I said.
All right. I'm like, would I take him as a QB2, 3? Yeah, if that was all that was available, and I needed another quarterback, and I know what he's capable of.
You got
Owen Allen as your fact. It's the unknown of the Jets is what's the scary part.
So you've got Owen Allen as your QB1?
Me, I'm taking Jaden Daniels as my QB1. And Lamar Jackson's my QB2. I'm just playing. I'm taking Lamar Jackson, my QB1. You got your rabbit ass mind.
Dude, I'm not. Listen, I'm the one who. You good.
You do you.
Listen, man. I'm just. You want that smoke? You take it. I'm just sitting here.
I'm not running from nobody.
All right. You guys got anything else you wanted to add?
No.
I did see something crazy earlier today, and I wanted to be like, some people are on crack. I seen this stat of how they have a few of the NFC quarterbacks rankings, and they only showed a glimpse of a few people, right?
Yeah.
And the three that stood out made no fucking sense to me.
Okay. Let's discuss.
Two of them. Because we'll say three. Okay. They had Jordan Love at 8. Cool. I can't dispute that as the 8th best quarterback in the NFC. I can probably argue maybe a little higher, but I'm not upset at that.
You can argue less or more. Yep.
It's a solid number. They had Caleb Williams at 18. Again, I can't dispute that just because, again, we haven't done anything. He hasn't done anything like, really, 18? He's definitely higher. The one that blew my fucking mind is the J.J. McCartney at 12.
It's because of the weapons he's got, Paul.
I don't know. They're talking about he's already the 12th best.
This is a fantasy. This is just quarterbacks in the NFC.
In the NFC in general, he's already ranked as the 12th best quarterback in the whole NFC, and hasn't done shit.
All right, let me ask.
He did win a national championship.
Good for you. That's college.
That's what do you think?
Tim
Tebow got drafted off of his college.
did Tim Tebow. Where's his career at? So did Troy Smith. Where's his career at?
Where's any Ohio State quarterback?
I think the reason I think the question is, you're on the right track. I think the question's wrong. And the other reason I say this is this. What rank in the NFC was Sam Darnold last year?
At the fucking bottom, probably.
And he ended 5th. He was the 5th. Yeah, he's the 5th best quarterback in the NFC last year.
I get the weapons. I get that part.
Is J.J. McCarthy better than Sam Darnold?
Probably only based off of what his stats are going to be. This probably has nothing to do with what he actually is talent-wise.
We have to assume that J.J. McCarthy is better than Sam Darnold.
I'm like, he's already...
Kevin O'Connell made Sam Darnold the 5th best quarterback in the NFC last year.
He would have started last year if Sam Darnold probably wouldn't have got hurt at some point.
Oh, yeah. No, I agree. But I'm
not saying he would have started right away, but they would have gave him a shot.
So you have... I don't think 12 is too ridiculous, and I hate that. But I honestly do believe that if Caleb gets out of his shell, and there's still Ryan Tannehill Jr., but I think the NFC North will have 3 of the youngest, best quarterbacks in the NFL.
We're going to see. This whole season has a lot of fucking script written on it.
Yeah, a lot of ifs and whens.
I'm like, there's going to be a lot of valleys, a lot of lows, a lot of highs.
That sounds exactly like somebody who hasn't been in the playoffs in over 10 years would say.
I'm like, and we're probably not going to make it for another year.
Hey, now, optimism.
Looking for progression. Bear down, baby. Bear down.
Let's just break 500.
We're all rooting for you against the Steelers.
And I'm rooting. No, I'm not doing that.
Because if he wins, all you'll hear is, I still own you. I still own you. I still own you.
I'll pray to God and see if I root for you guys week 8. I'm going to see.
Whoa!
I'm going to see if my hate towards Aaron Rodgers is worse.
It supersedes that of the Green Bay Packers.
That makes my throat itch just to say that out loud.
Throat itch.
I feel like I'm breaking out.
We're halfway to you wearing a jersey.
Listen, calm that shit down.
I want to thank absolutely everyone.
That one.
You son of a... I want to thank, my co-hosts here. You guys are fantastic. You definitely make sports more relaxing.
We try.
Yeah.
I'll do my best.
For everybody else out there, it doesn't matter what month it is. we here at the show know that the world is a much better place with you in it.
We'll see you next time.
We got a backstage twerking to our open ends. This ain't just some summer song. This that drop your panties bomb. This that late night porn strong. Talk your shit and tag along. I see the crew posted up, shirts off, peers up, talking louder than your ex. Wish you fuck shit up. Too raw, too deep. We don't sleep, we eat. Hotter than a bikini when you're 13. Now we out here living that goddamn dream. We don't ball, even dummies. Thought we'd in the mall, listed body cost I'm laying good. It's that hell yeah, let's go. We ain't taking summers off. We melt ice with what we drop. Sipping bourbon, talking reckless. Still the hottest in the Spotify. We them boys with the flames. Say our name, say it vain. Then we cook your whole brand like a steak in propane. Still wild, still elite, still them boys with the heat. Hotter than your first crush pics on the beach when you were 13. Now we filthy rich with the reach.